the Bible has a message for us. We sure can learn from the names, places, numbers, people, principles, and instructions therein. You can order all these books and more on Amazon or call +2 34805 116 6211.
TLC, I'm your coach, Segun Olugbemi, and we'll be having a blast on this platform. And, today you see, on TLC, I just want to pour out some things to you. The life coach is meant to help sharpen your living, your lifestyle, your leadership style, and to bring out the totality of you, to help you become who you were designed to be, that God made you to be, to change your world, to become the man, to be the envy of your generation. And there are things that you always need to bring, that needs to be brought out of you that you may never even know you had it. You may never know. Sometimes when you are too close to something, you don't understand its importance. You don't know the value. Many years ago, I visited Jaws, and I visited my brother and some families, and I said to them, "You have a lot of green things here. How do you use this?" So, and I said, "Okay." They said they wanted to prepare rice, and I said, "Okay, we're going to do this. Get me some carrot, get green beans, get this, get." I will put all of them together, and when they said, "What? We don't do it this way." And then another thing wanted to happen, and I just kept showing them a variety of ways they could use the same product that they have lived with that many of them don't, because they're too close to it. Have you ever thought about your son or your daughter, the little baby that is growing, and then you travel for a week, for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks, then you are back? What? You're growing. So I can see that there's a lot of change in you. Sometimes you are too close to these things. They're there on the inside of you, don't know. And because we are the ones that mirror exactly what is in you, and we are able to help you see your true self. That's what the life coach is about. To give you tools, skills that your skill set that will help you become who you are made to be. And today I want to tell you some keys and tools for living. Number one, the 3-stage principle of life is a constant. The earth brings forth first fruit. It brings forth the blade. It brings fruit first, the blade, the ear, and then the full corn. And that's the pattern that we follow as humans. Humans grow first as children, then youth, then young, which we call young adults, then full-grown adults, old. So you're young, you're a child, you are a young man, and then you become old. This same pattern is replicated in all lives endeavor. Every endeavor that we get involved with. It is an aberration, therefore, to attempt to circumvent the natural growth process. Don't try to circumvent the process of life. If you do that, you're not going to live very long. In the Bible, there are 2 things that happened just overnight. One of them was the day that God breathed into Adam and he became a living soul. The Bible says he was a mature man. He was even ready to marry. God just pulled out Eve and gave her to him. What happened to Adam? He messed up God's plan, messed up so many things, messed up humanity in disobedience. The next time that God was going to sending Emmanuel to all God with us, by the time he was coming, the Bible says he came, apart from coming through human beings, he came through a process. He grew through a process. And the Bible says, to become the captain of our salvation, he was perfected through suffering. He learned obedience. He learned obedience through the things he suffered. So everyone at one of these stages, everyone around you, you yourself included, you're at one of these stages. So don't be intimidated by those who are ahead of your level, and don't be discouraged by where you are. You will make it to the next stage, God willing. If you're alive, you're going to make it to the next stage. Don't be afraid. Don't be intimidated by those who have accomplished something. Don't be intimidated by those who are already in adult stage. You see, I think this is one of the mistakes that a lot of preachers make. And now, if you're a pastor or somebody and you listen to this, or you're a leader, I want to encourage you. When you are sharing your testimonies, when you are sharing your experiences, the things you have learned, also let the people know that you have not always known what you know now. You have not always been there. You struggled like every one of us. I mean, pastors, preachers coming out and say, I've never borrowed money in my life. I've never owed any man. I've never borrowed money. I've never suffered. I've never owed. I've never done this. I've never argued with my wife. Which planet did you come from? Hey, man, why you lying like this? Lying through your teeth. You argued with her before the sermon you preach on Sunday. Did you forget that? Did you forget that you went to bed many times not talking to each other, and you woke up in the night to mumble some words together, and then you settled it how you did? Why are you making it look like everybody is a sinner? What am I trying to say? Having been married for 37 years, I do understand my wife now more than ever before. I know when to keep quiet. I know when to walk away. I know when to make her happy. I know what to do this. I know there are many things I've known about my wife. She completes my statement. If she talks to the kids or anybody, I say, look, this is it. This is exact thing she says when I come back from any trip or from out wherever I've been, and I will repeat the same thing. Exactly. We say the same thing. We don't have to see each other because we've been together. We now know each other. But I cannot tell you that, I don't argue with my wife. I don't talk. I'm a perfect. It has not always been that way. And so you are an adult. Don't be discouraged now that you are still having your teething problems. We all had it. Your wife is threatening, hey, this is married. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm going to survive. And the man is threatening, I cannot do anything. We all struggled at the beginning. We were not trying to leave the marriage, we were not trying to anything, but at the beginning, we all had our struggles. So struggling doesn't make you a wicked man, doesn't make you satanic. Don't feel intimidated by those sharing testimonies. These testimonies are so funny that you think everybody, they came from Mars or from Pluto. You don't argue with your wife, you don't owe anybody, you've never. Yeah, I had a principle that I actually developed when I was 19. I wasn't 20 yet. I was not a pastor. I was not anything. I was just a young man. And so an event happened in my life, and I came back on the following day. I decided I won't eat throughout the whole day. And I told myself, from this moment on, no night crawling. Don't go out, coming back late in the night. No begging. No drinking, no alcohol. No begging, no borrowing. No credit, no eat out except you are traveling. I just said this to myself as a young man. But I have been in a situation where I have had to take loans to augment or to do certain things. But here is the principle of taking loans. One, not taking loan to start a project is always to augment. Two, when I take a loan from you or from any, bank or institution, I've never taken a bank loan before. If I took a loan, if I borrowed anything, I already have 4 times of that thing. That if you need it tomorrow or when the time I promise you comes, I already have something that is worth 4 times that can easily give me that. You wake me midnight and say, I need this, I give to you. So God has helped me that for over 6 decades, I can tell you today that there is no human being on the face of the earth that I owe a dime. Because I said these principles right. But that doesn't mean that I didn't go through times of crisis when I saw bottles and used floppy slippers in order to be able to feed. When I did some things to augment what I was doing in ministry. I've been there. When we will pray, I will go in and set things, we have put things together, and we'll make 3 naira to buy okra and to make soup. We don't talk about fish or anything, just have taste in your mouth and buy the Maggi and make the soup. I've been there. We went through stuff. But and if I don't let you know that I've been through stuff, and you only know me now. I took one of our daughters traveled to the place where my life all started, as a teenager, where we all started, where we got married. And I said to her, come, look at that house. And this particular window, I lived there. That's where I got married. She said, Jesus. I said, what's the problem? He said, Daddy, no, it's not possible. No, you didn't. For 3 days, he said, Daddy, no, it's not possible. You couldn't have lived in this area. No, no, no. I said, you know the daddy who lives in a mansion now. You know the man who lives in a house with swimming pool. You know the man who lives and drives big cars. That's what you know. But I'm telling you that this is my foundation. And one way to be an ingrate, one way to be an oppressor, one way to be a wicked man, one way never to be a good leader, one way not to be compassionate, is to forget where God brought you from. And never you allow God to remind you where he brought you from. Always remember. So it's a stage. We all have this struggling stage. We all have the time we're children. Then we have the time we're young adults, where we thought we need it or where we thought we don't need anymore. Then we have the time we have grown older and we now know that we need everybody. We need each other. All right? Number 2, I found that in life, that life has to be lived with a structure that enhances performance and achievements. Learn the following strategies in order to live a life of fulfillment. Number 1, be your own prophet. Speak positively to your future. Speak of your dreams. Speak to your dreams. Speak your dreams out. Speak to them. Speak vision. Speak out of vision. Speak your potentials. Write them down. Read them aloud over and over. Declare them through your daily affirmations. Sleep with them on your mind. Wake up with them on your mind. Don't live for your dream. Live from your dream. Don't live for your dreams. Live from them. Some years ago, I was ministering somewhere in Canada, and the pastor, who invited me, was telling them, he said, everything you see here was birthed by this man. He taught me all that. He said, before I had access to see aeroplane, not to talk of even flying, and then to fly the first thing, this man told us we will go to the ends of the earth. And he told us his vision is global. Everybody should think global. So you are not limited to this time and space. Think global. See yourself in the world. See yourself in America, in North America, in Europe. See yourself in Asia, all over the world. And they said that I was speaking into them. Even some things I forgot. I was telling them, he said that was when he told himself, this man knows something that I don't know. I will follow everything he teaches. So he kept saying it. He said to me, he said to the congregation, he said, I don't even know how many nations I've traveled to. I don't know how many times I've flown in my life. But one thing I do know is that what this man put in me has been actualized. Be your own prophet. Come on now. This is the 21st century. If you don't blow your trumpet, it will rust. Nobody will blow it for you. Speak to your own life. Tell yourself, I believe in me. The first believer in your vision is you. The first dreamer, the first person to believe in your dream is you. Prophesy to yourself. Tell yourself you are great. Tell yourself you are awesome. Tell yourself you are magnificent. Tell yourself, I will accomplish my purpose. I will accomplish my goal. I can live a fulfilled life. I will achieve my purpose. I will not be a wasted generation. I will walk through this life leaving my footprint on the sand of times. My generations will remember that somebody came here. Recently my printer was saying to me, sir, your books are so massive, and I got two of them here and all that, and this is called The Silent Year. It's over 400 pages, and because it's revised, and this is the 3rd edition, revised and enlarged, and this is the 2nd edition of the Red Flags. We're just churning them out, and I was producing something, and I said to him, here we are. You are going to reproduce. We have another book coming up, and it's almost close to 300 pages. He said, "Sir, your books are always too much. Why not do little, small books?" I said, "I got it." He said, "No, I know why you can't write little books. You have a lot to say." I said, "God has taught me some. I've been in leadership for more than 41 years, and all through my life, my adult life, God has put me in leadership position, giving me access to things, and I learn all this." Look, I'm going to document them. If there are no readers now, a generation will come and will read them. And this will become their textbooks. This will become their treasure. Speak to your vision. The first book I wrote never saw the light of the day. As soon as I dropped my WAEC, is it WASC? You call it. As soon as I dropped it, my Form 5, I wrote the last paper, I dropped it. I started writing question and answer on West African history. I said to myself, because I finished history exams, any other person who will offer, any other student that will offer history will not struggle to answer all the questions. Anything about West African history. I still have the manuscript somewhere in my store, but it never saw the light of the day. But I always had passion to write. And I kept studying, I kept reading, I kept taking little courses, I kept doing whatever I needed to do and developing myself. And then gave back to a couple of books. Then there was 3, there was 4, there was 10, there was 12, and there's 13. And I'm writing, and I'm working on more than 10 other books. I'm not going to stop. I have no time. I'm going to write hundreds of them. Why? Because I speak into this vision. Write the vision, make it plain, so that whoever reads can run with it. And yet it's for an appointed time. For at the end, it shall speak. The vision doesn't speak at the beginning, but it will speak at the end. Every vision speaks at the end. You want to be an architect, you don't speak at the beginning, it speaks at the end. It's not the day you got admitted, you are a trainee. But at the end of it, 6 years down the road, you graduate as an architect. 5 years down the road, you graduate as an architect. So we will see that the vision will speak today. So understand that you need to speak to your vision, speak to your life, speak to your purpose, speak to the things, speak to your dreams. All right? Next thing is live a phased life. Live a phased life. Face your life. The sun rises and sets in different regions at different times. That makes them, that makes us operate, makes these regions operate in different time zones. As I speak to you at this time, Australia is 9 hours ahead of us. Part at 9, 10 hours ahead of us. Some almost, 12 hours ahead. I know when I had to do a program, coordinate a program from my country home in Nigeria here, and then I had to coordinate with a guy in Australia who was 9 hours ahead, and then coordinate with a guy in Canada who was 8 hours behind. So do you see how the world works? Because we understand that we operate in different time zones. Your time is not my time. My time is not your time. Do you know I was studying and I'm checking the history of billionaires and those who made large sums of money, that many of those, majority of them, a highest percentage, actually made it after 50. Came into that zone after 50. There are many that are making it in their 20s and 30s, they lose it, they come back again. You see, but don't work by someone else's time. We belong to different, so study your time zone. Study your patterns, study your strengths, study your weaknesses, your times and seasons. Your time and seasons. Don't work with someone else's clock. You have a world specially crafted for you, designed for you. You will conquer it if you do it in phases. So keep your focus. Don't think you're going to conquer the world just overnight. Yeah, we can go, let's go. A young man graduated from Bible school, and then he went to this old man. He fasted 7 days or 3 days or 7 days, and he said, where's the devil? I want to tear in pieces. I want to go conquer the world. I've known all I need to do now. I've been taught in school. And an elderly minister called him and laughed. He said, what? He said, son, you're going to conquer the world. He said, come, let me show you how to conquer the world. And then he took his hand and rolled his sleeve apart. He said, when you conquer this guy, you will conquer the world. When you conquer your flesh, you will conquer the world. Do you get that? When you conquer this guy, you will conquer the world. You conquer your world when you do it in phases. Nobody can conquer the entire world. You're going to be a child. You conquer some as a child. You conquer some as a youth. You conquer some in your older age. There are actually things that I'm conquering now that not until I got to this age, I didn't, my early 50s, I didn't conquer that, or my late 40s, I didn't conquer that. You know, there are things you conquer once you become 60, you just conquer them. There are things you conquer once you become 70. You see, you conquer things, they're in phases. Life is in phases, stages of life, okay? Another thing you need to take care, principle, is live intentionally. Be intentional about everything you say and do. Be intentional about your relationships. Be intentional about your plans and your goals and objectives. Life has plenty room for casual things, jovial, trivialities. But where purpose is concerned, you've got to be intentional. Identify your purpose and pursue it deliberately. Refuse to be frivolous and be flippant with your purpose. Be intense, that's what I mean. Be intense about life. When it comes to living, be intense. You know, I remember one of my children, one day he called me and he said, "Daddy, I need to talk with you." I said, "Yes, what is it all about?" And he said to me, "Sometimes we'll be talking to you and you're just rocking, you're just quiet and we're watching. You're not even saying anything. Why? You make us feel like we're fools. We're not talking." I said, "No, son. There was a time that maybe before you land, I will have answered you. But I've grown a little now to know that, one, I don't know all things. Two, I will never know all things. Three, I don't have answers to all questions. Four, I do not have to have an opinion about everything. Five, even if I do, I don't have to voice it. Six, I need to process what comes out of my mouth. So I have to edit my words. I have to audit my words. I have to check it out. I have to be sure that I measure them so that whatever comes out are the only things I want to account for. I don't want to be frivolous with what I say. I don't want to misguide you. I don't want to mislead you. Because whatever I say could make or mar you. So if you see me quiet for a while, give me an opportunity. I'm thinking. I want to say it right. Sometimes I have something to say. I've not found the right way to say. Give me an opportunity to put it together. There are good people. There are people that are intelligent, very wise, smart. And they can do anything. They can think on their feet. Some of us, we just take it easy. Think through the process. Be intentional about life. Be intentional about what you say. Be purposeful. You know, identify your purpose and follow it purposefully. Pursue it purposefully. Be intentional. Don't just answer before thinking. Now, if you ask my pastors, if you ask my staff or my children, they will tell you that the moment I say something, they give me an answer and I say, you don't understand what I just said. No, say, no, sir, you are trying to say, you don't understand what I just said. I said, what do you think I said? They will say something and I say, I told you didn't understand. You know why? Why I know they didn't understand? They answer without thinking. Your answers came too fast. Think. Take a deep breath. Just process for a second. I won't be angry with you that you didn't reply me on time. In fact, you should be wary of men or leaders who just demand, talk to me now. They will not get the best of you. All right? Another principle is imbibe the philosophy of no permanent friends but permanent interests. Friends serve as either elevators or leaders. Elevators, ladders, pillars, or caterpillars, bulldozers, and graders. True friends remain when others walk out. Therefore, choose your friends wisely. Choose them on the basis of your values. Remember, everyone is a friend to the man who gives gifts. So choose your friends on the basis of your values. On the basis of the things that connect to your life and purpose. There are those who were my friends many years ago. And some of them say, oh, you left us. Oh, so you never did. But I realized they're no longer interested in the things that interest me. I want to move, they want to stay. I want to run, they want to crawl. I want to sleep, they want to be awake. I want to be awake, they want to sleep. I want to plant, they want to just harvest. We can't work together that way. Two cannot work together except they be agreed. So no permanent friend, permanent interest that are in alignment with your values and your calling and your purpose. So allow afflictions, trials, and challenges to choose your friends for you. You must know the difference between selfishness and self-enlightened interest. So don't stay too long in a wrong relationship. In a wrong relationship, don't stay too long, please. If it is not right, cut your losses now. Life is no dress rehearsal. Do you understand what I'm saying? Life is no dress rehearsal. You need to live your best life now. Live life intentionally. Live on purpose. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's difference between self-enlightened interest and selfishness. And a lot of people think that everyone is selfish and other thing. Actually, the first law of survival is focus on self. Is you survive first. Survival of the fittest. And I've always said this, and then we parents, we go through this a lot. As soon as we bring children into the world, it's all about those children. We put them first, which is rightly so. But they get to a particular point that they have to be accountable for their relationships. They have to be accountable for their actions. That's why in every state, in every nation, by the time you hit the age of 18, you're allowed to vote. You are considered as an adult. If you commit any crime, you are judged like an adult. You're sentenced like an adult, not juvenile. Do you understand what I'm saying? So as parents, you need to bring up the children and let them know that they'll be responsible ultimately for themselves. And I say to parents, you are not raising children actually, you are raising adults. So start communicating those things. You think they can't understand it, they will understand. They will understand at the end of it. They will understand. If a child can understand between 13 to 18 languages, he will understand as he grows into it. I hear sometimes my children, I hear those that have read, they say, you used to say this. You said this to us. And I may not even remember when I said this, but you said this, and I remember. Now they've grown up to become adults. And now they can remember what I said. They can remember what I taught them when they were children. So live intentionally. Raise your children intentionally. But know when to step back and allow them take decisions. Know when to relax and let them make their mistakes. And if you know anything with me, well, as I grow up every day, I tell people around me, make mistakes. You are going to make a lot of them. And I've already made provision in my mind not to hold you to those mistakes. Why? Because I need you to make mistakes. If you need to make them to grow, that's okay. That's okay. You will learn to grow. You will be better at it. You will learn new things. Just make new mistakes every day. Don't make the old one. That tells me you are growing if you are making new mistakes every day. All right? Take a step backwards. Look at your life. Look at your interests, your value system. If you're in a relationship that doesn't cater for your interest, please stay away from it. Stay away from it. If you're in a relationship that does not, protect your interest and you have nothing going for it, what are you doing? If you stay too long in a relationship where you do all the investment, then it saps your energy that you have nothing left for you. If you stay in a relationship that devalues you, you lose your self-esteem and you will no longer be able to stand before your peers. If you stay in a relationship always taken away from you, then you will run dry. If you stay in a relationship that denigrates you, a relationship that does not allow you to be introspective, then you are going to develop as a fool, no wisdom. He who walks with the wise himself will be wise. You stay in a relationship where you do all the investment, you're going to run into poverty. You stay in the relationship where you do all the calling, all the asking after the people and all that, it will devalue you. And there's the economic value of absence, of scarcity. In other words, when things are scarce, prices go up. When things you want to buy are scarce, then automatically the price will show up. And you cannot just be all over people, always be the one calling, looking for everyone and doing everything and all that. You devalue yourself. If you are in a relationship that you do all the giving, It will not only impoverish you, it puts you in a situation where you are having to apologize when you have nothing to give. And it will not put you in a position where you can receive. Don't stay in a toxic relationship. Look for your welfare. Look for your well-being. I remember years ago, I told somebody, I said, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be replying to your messages, and I am not going to be calling you. And if I see your call, I'm sorry, I may not pick. Oh, what did I do? And all that. And I said, when I say good morning to you, you take it to the laboratory and you go to examine, you now begin to work and check the texture of my good morning. You are checking it, whether the quality of my good morning, is it sincere, is it that of a loving mind? Or I say, you are going to keep me this way. I'm a free, light spirit human being. What you see is what you get. Now that you want to analyze everything I say, count the number of saliva from my mouth. It's okay, but you will be, just let me be. I said, I don't have the mind. I don't have the temperament. I can't stay in a relationship where you judge everything that comes out of me, where you judge my intentions, where you judge what you think I'm thinking. Since you are God, you know my thoughts. Where you do all the judging, you judge, and every day I have to apologize. You will be apologizing, and at the end of the day, it will be useless. So I stayed, man, so, and later the person wrote and said, I'm so sorry. I never knew I tortured you this much. And I say, no, I cut short my losses. You're not going to torture me. I just didn't want to. I'm not going to empower you to do that. Because my mental health is important to me. Marriage is good. I've been one for 37 years. But if the woman had insisted that my mental health will go and life will not be the same, I probably will not be in this relationship for this long. It's because she didn't make life miserable for me, and therefore I'm able to stay in it. She represented what I represented. She understood my purpose and decided that her purpose aligns with my purpose, and we went on, and we are still at it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, it's okay, you put everybody. When are you going to remember yourself? When are you going to take care of your own health? When are you going to think about your mental health? When are you going to rest? When are you going to be blessed? When are you going to enjoy yourself? When are you going to take a vacation? When are you going to have time for you? When are you going to have self-enlightened interest? Just looking after yourself, looking after your mental health, giving to yourself what you give to others, loving yourself the way you love others, and just walk through this earth knowing that you are also important and you deserve care. Don't choose friends on the basis of your ability to give now. You are a very generous man. Every man is a friend to he that gives gift. That's what Proverbs say. Solomon, the wise man, said that. The wise king of Israel. But friends, your friends can be bulldozers, or they can be caterpillars, they can be pillars, or they can be ladders and scaffolders. They can give you access, they can be elevators. But make sure that your interest also plays a role in that friendship. Your values, your calling, your purpose plays a role in that friendship. I said to you, true friends remain when others walk out. So choose your friend wisely. Let affliction, challenges, and troubles help you choose your friends to stand in for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? I know you've learned something today. Be strong. Don't give up on yourself. Take care of your health. Take care of your body. Exercise your body. Eat good food. Eat healthy. Look after yourself. You are caring. You are a good mother. You are a good father. You take care of everyone. You took care of us, or you took care of your brothers. You take care of everyone else. Do something with yourself. If you got some money, you want to travel somewhere, go for. If you can't travel and you can check into a hotel, a safe place for 2-3 days, just sleep. Let them feed you. Take care of yourself. Just relax. You deserve it. You work hard enough to do that. Thank you so much for joining us. Please, I want you to like, comment, and share this. And then share to your friends. And please support what we do. It takes a lot to do all this. Thank you for those of you who are sending comments and commendation about our studio work and the things we do, the background. It takes quite some money. Some of the equipment, just little tiny things, they're almost $1 million, 0.8 million, 0.7. And you just have, I was checking some receipts yesterday and I'm seeing, little things, cable in there, 30,000, 40, a lot of money to do all that we do. So support us, share this, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel and share the link with others. God bless you.
Remember, your journey of self-discovery is a continuous one. Embrace the challenges, celebrate your successes, and never stop believing in your ability to grow. Thank you for listening to The Life Coach. Until next week, Friday, by 8 p.m., live a life filled with purpose and joy.